the record holder, Talon Johnson, the fastest DPDR recovery in the world. Quite literally, I've never seen anything like it. You broke one of my past clients' record, which was 9 days, Ethan. He's probably sad to hear about the news. No, I'm kidding. He's probably happy for you. But Talon, man, oh my goodness. Like, I, I have no words. I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions and you let me know, brother. But yeah, let's start off with, where you from, introduce yourself, bro, and how did this all start?
Yeah, so I'm from Massachusetts and like this all started about honestly it started late February, you know. Me and my boys were just trying to
So like
have
six
some
months ago.
yeah, literally 6 months ago. Like me and my boys were trying to have some fun
Hmm.
and we took something we shouldn't have took. We took these potent, very potent edibles, like just like weed, but it had like four different strains of just like synthetic stuff in it. And I didn't read it wrong, but my friends read the packaging wrong, bro. And instead of like 15 like milligrams, it was like some like 200 and like each.
Jeez.
I took two and I was out for like it was the worst night of my life, bro. I was like seeing shit, hearing shit. Like I don't even know like that that was even possible off of that, like just off of weed. But you
Man,
gotta be careful with that stuff.
no, I know. I mean, like 90% of my clients are probably weed induced. Probably around,
Yeah.
not 90%, or like 70%. So like, man, we've all had that experience that
Yeah.
night. Did you have a panic attack, right?
Oh my God, bro. It was so crazy.
Yeah, talk to me about that night, about that panic attack. I feel like a lot of people can relate.
Yeah, so like I just remember just like I was so faded and we were playing like poker. We was playing poker.
Uh-huh.
And I just started feeling so this like out of body, just like nothing's real like in the world. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go lay down and go to bed. The
Yep.
thing is, for some reason, I drank like an energy drink as well that night. Yeah, like sometimes I forget about that. I also drank that, so I couldn't sleep. I tried to go to sleep and I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, I went to bed so dizzy. I was spinning. I was just like, I
That's a
couldn't sleep.
lethal combo. Lethal.
Yeah.
I had that experience too before
Yeah.
even DPDR with an edible as well. Man, that was a night that was like I think my first day ever I accepted death because I actually thought like it was over for me. And that's just before I even knew what anxiety was, all of that. My
Yep.
whole body was, bro, I was shaking like I couldn't stop. I was like this, man.
Yep.
Okay, got you, bro. And then after that day you woke up and how was life after that?
Dude, like I just remember it was like seeing life like constantly squinting, but like with your
Mhm.
eyes fully open, like everything was just like dimmed, foggy,
Mhm.
like static. Like, it was horrible. And then that was just like that was so bad. But like that's not like this happened a second time too. And the second time is what really like got me here. It's like because like the first time like it was like whatever. We all just convinced ourselves that we like greened out or whatever. So
Mhm.
I didn't know what anxiety or panic even was until 4 months later when it happened the second time.
Boom.
The second time, and the experience itself wasn't as bad, but I put myself in like the thought loop of it afterwards, and that basically like
Of course.
really made me like depersonalize, derealize,
Of
and
course.
that's when this all like really just like I had to get help.
I know, I know. And talk to me, bro. What were your symptoms? What were you actually experiencing?
Yeah, so like I would just get the worst thoughts. Like I generally thought I was gonna go like crazy. I was having these crazy like just thoughts. I couldn't sleep without like, having a panic, like even sober.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like I would never get a panic attack sober ever. Like I've always had like some kind of like anxiety, but I've never had like panic from sleeping. Like I would like barely drift off to sleep. The next second, heart thumping, thoughts
mhm.
racing, craziness, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'll
was
pull
just
up.
like,
You actually sent me a whole list of things you were going through when you reached out to me.
oh yeah,
Um, but man, it's literally crazy to think about how 10 days ago we went on our first call where I onboarded you, and now
yeah,
we're here, fully recovered, and just just living. Like it's crazy, honestly. Like my guys recover quick, as you know. You know, most of my guys recover 28 days, you know, maybe a little bit more. But 8 days, it's incredible. So like I'm really, really proud of you, bro. Like
I
genuine.
appreciate
I'm really, really proud of you. But yeah, you were telling me, let's see right here. Um Said your hands felt weird, vision felt weird, you were lightheaded.
it. Yeah,
Super sensitive to light. I remember that was a big one for you.
it was the worst one.
Super sensitive to light, visual problems, floaters, thinking you're going schizophrenic, looking up in the sky, seeing floaters, heart racing, panic attacks, heart palpitations, muscle spasms, shivers in social settings, anxiety in general, sleeping problems. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Horrible stuff, bro. Like
Anything
I
else
had like
to add to
every symptom
that?
in the book for some reason. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's how most people. That's how most are. You know, same thing as me. Yeah, intrusive thoughts, existential thoughts. Talk about that.
Yeah, like I want to say like even ever since the very first time, like because like I generally like the first time this happened, I actually thought I like passed away. Like I had it like in my head that I passed away, and I woke up 2 days later, which was like kind of crazy too. But then ever since then, I was just having like these crazy like thoughts and like philosophies on like the world itself, like on some like weird stuff, just thinking like the darkest, deepest, going down these dark rabbit holes, but like it's very dark thoughts, and it's
I
just
know,
like
man.
horrible to think.
Yeah, bro. The existential thoughts and the intrusive thoughts is something that
Yeah.
truly, truly almost brought me to the point, you know, of taking my own life. It was
Yeah.
horrible, horrible, the worst. Um, all right, bro. And what was life before all this, Talon? Like growing up, what was your life looking like? And even like, I don't know, before this.
Yeah, so I say I was pretty like definitely had like a good childhood, definitely like well raised, definitely didn't have it like too bad at all. I
Mhm.
was pretty just like normal, just always chilling. I definitely have always had like a little bit of like social anxiety,
Okay.
especially like when I was younger, but you know, like I lived with it, you know. I didn't really like think of it as anxiety, but like as I learned, like now, like I obviously I know that like like I used to have social anxiety and stuff. But
Yeah.
I was just a normal kid, like just living life, first year of college, athlete, hardworking kid. And then, it hit and I just found myself scared for like the first time. It feels like when you're like a childhood and you're going through like some like your first nightmares. It's almost like those kind of feelings, but kind of
I
worse.
I know exactly what you mean. It's like you're, bro, it's like you're a baby again, or like you're just
Yes.
like, I don't even know. Like I almost felt like I was like a newborn again, like introducing myself to the world and just being scared of like everything, everything.
Everything.
And man, like, I mean, people watching this, I'll ask you this later, but like,
What's
people
up?
watching this probably won't even believe, or it's hard to believe that you actually recovered so quick. But
Hmm.
I mean, did you ever feel, Talon, that you were like you couldn't recover? Like, was there a point in your journey before you even met me where you're like, bro, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this is, you know, maybe everyone else can recover, but I think I'm going through something different.
Yeah, I feel like that's like I definitely had that a lot. Like when you're going through this, you're in such a dark place, and your mind's constantly telling you like the worst like outcomes possible.
Hmm.
So like I was generally like I don't think I'm ever gonna recover. Like I think I just like offset some like greater illness. Like I thought I was like gonna be like that forever, but like it's all about putting your foot down and actually taking action and getting to work. You know, it's a simple thing to do. It's not easy, but it is simple. Like the steps are simple. It's not an easy thing at all, but you know,
That's what I say all the time. That's what I say all the time, you know. Yeah, man, actually, funny enough, when I posted, it's kind of on my mind because I posted your thing on my story that you recovered. And then some dude said, like, bro, that's not possible. Like, I've been stuck with this for years. Like that, this is a lie. What
Mhm.
would you say to that person, Fallon?
I first start by saying everyone's different.
Okay.
Some people it's gonna take a little bit more work because they had it for so long. and they've been stuck in the cycle for so long, so obviously it's going to take a little bit more work to get
Absolutely, absolutely. Mind you, that's a good point you brought up because I mean you were struggling for about probably 3 months, like really strongly, right?
really struggling
Like
there.
really strongly for 3 months, and that is absolutely one of the main reasons why we're able to recover so quick. You know,
Hmm.
same goes for my other guy, Ethan, who recovered in 9 days. He only had it for like 3 weeks, I believe, 4 weeks. So
Okay, that makes sense.
it makes sense. You know, this is not like I'm selling the dream here, to be honest. Like I think that these results are very much doable, but you need to put in the work, like you said.
Exactly.
You know, you do. So yeah, I mean, like I always thought that I was gonna be like the special case, like I wasn't gonna recover, like no one had what I had. That was my biggest thing, to be honest. I feel like no one had what I had. That
Hmm.
that was my biggest thing, and obviously that mindset kept me stuck for so long.
Yeah.
Um, but man, yeah, I mean, how did DPDR affect your life as a whole, bro? Actually, before that, how bad would you say it actually was for you? Like during those 3 months, like try to paint the picture, like how bad was it, like 1 through 10?
Especially like in the beginning. Oh my gosh, it was the worst experience ever. Like being scared to do every little thing, feeling so many physical symptoms, getting, oh my God. So like if I would like stand up, my heart would start racing. If I was walking up the stairs, my heart would start going crazy. Like that was so horrible. And that puts you in like again, fear. Keeps you in the cycle. So every little thing you do, I couldn't work out without like my heart going crazy. I couldn't do so many things. And I couldn't look up at the sky without seeing like glitter being poured on me. Like literally sparkles in the air, floaters, all that. Like it was crazy. It was just so like debilitating. Like it felt like my life was generally gonna like never get better. And I was like I was gonna be stuck there forever, you know? And it was just the worst experience ever.
It's horrible, bro. And yeah, you painted a good picture, man. I know what you went through, bro.
Yeah.
Um, was there ever a moment where you felt like I just can't do this anymore? Like I need to actually do something about this, Alan?
Definitely like right before reaching out to you, I
Yep.
was I like I need all the help I could get right now. Because like I've been kind of like coping with it, which is not something that you really want to do with this. You want to actually, like recover, you
Hmm.
know. So I was coping with it, whatever. But I knew like if this wasn't gonna get better, I don't know how much longer I could go, with it.
You
Because
know,
like life just doesn't feel the same. Like when you're going through this, like life just feels very just like you don't think too much about like it just doesn't feel as like it holds that much substance. Like life doesn't feel meaningful when you're going through it.
that's 100% true, man. And did you like try to get other sources of help? Like, did you try to go to therapy or medication or like anything of that sort?
All I really did was take like supplements, like the normal anxiety supplements, like
Hmm.
magnesium glycinate, and yeah,
That's it. You
yeah.
never really like tried going to like a therapist or anything like that?
I was so close to until I found well, actually, I was like watching your videos for a good amount of time before.
Yeah, how long?
Definitely weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah, 100%. Because like I would obviously be scrolling through the rabbit hole, and you would pop up like a lot. Like I followed you like pretty. I forget when I followed you, but I want to say it was early on, like before I even like talked to you.
It was a
I have
while.
a bunch of like your videos saved from like, June, May when I was really going through it. And yeah.
Yeah, man. And then you reached out and we made it happen. And you
Exactly.
never really told your parents about this, right? Nah,
No.
nah. Yeah,
I told them that I was having like problems, but I never told them how or how bad it actually was, to be fair.
I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. And yeah, I mean, of course, bro, before you joined the program, you must have had a little bit of doubt, a little bit of fear, or things like that. Like, what was going through your head, like right before you joined the program?
I was just like, is anything gonna work? Is this program gonna work? Like,
Mm,
what exactly is like how do I recover from this? Like what are the steps I have to take, Like I
mhm.
was just so hungry for answers, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you ever feel like, I don't know, like a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious before actually taking that leap?
No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
nervous, just doing
How did you kind of
it.
overcome that? Because a lot of people kind of succumb to the anxiety and, it's fight or flight, like they're out of there or whatever. Like how did you like manage to overcome that?
Yeah, so I feel like it's just about like, like the thoughts are gonna be there, the anxiousness is gonna be there, but you really have to just like, like put yourself, like think like what's like the best thing for me, you know? And like whatever like your head's telling you, like just you can't listen to it. You gotta really just like defy the odds, I guess you could say. Like
What
well,
my thoughts.
like
But
in the
look,
book.
bro, I pulled up just so people a little bit of credibility here. I pulled up the recording of you talking with Seb, my team member.
Yeah, so
It was August 8th.
mhm,
Okay. I have the receipts, so no one can say anything.
mhm.
Actually, I'm gonna share my screen so you can see. Hopefully this records on the Zoom. I think it should. But as you guys can see, this is August 8th. I'll just press play. That's my boy Seb. There's
Yeah,
the
here.
boy Talon.
Here. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I mean, this was a what, like an hour long call, something like that,
Yeah.
where Seb was essentially walking Talon through the entire program. But you can't make this stuff up, that's for sure. Look, you were even talking about having these crazy thoughts.
Mhm. Even after, like months after.
August 8th. The receipts are there. The receipts are there. Um, okay, bro. And I was gonna ask you, I had a question pulled up, matter of fact.
Hey, what's up?
Um, oh yeah, like what actually made you decide to reach out to me for help, Talon? Because like, you could have gone the therapist route. You could have maybe found someone else online. Like, what actually made you decide to join my program and work with me?
Definitely like just like because we like relate like story wise so much.
Hmm.
I'm just like, oh, that's the exact same problem. Like it was just like the relatability, like we just relate to each other, I guess you could say, on like how this all started and
Yeah.
the symptoms. So I was like, oh, he got through it with the same, going through the same thing I did, and he must know the answer.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. We do relate a lot, a lot. Um, and like, what was the kind of the decision maker? Because like you've been following me for a while, but you didn't really reach out. Why did you reach out? Like, what was the turning point?
I guess it's like I was trying to do it on my own, but I guess I just didn't have like the knowledge, and like it wasn't quite working out. So then, just one day I was just like, hold up, this dude has like a whole program. Like he can coach and like I was just like, oh, like this has to be like, like the answer. Like so I reached out and yeah,
There we go. There we go.
tired of it, you
Dude.
know?
Yeah, man. It's funny you say you're trying to do it by yourself because a lot of people who like reach out to me be like, man, I've tried to do this by myself for, X amount of months or X amount of years. But I do feel like there's, especially with men, with us guys, like an ego thing where it's like, I just want to do it myself. I just want to do
Mhm.
it myself. What would you say to someone who's like done, like they've actually tried to do it themselves? Like it's been 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years, and they're still stuck.
I'd say just like, it's good that like you want to do it and take initiative, but you have to do again what's best for you, no matter what your ego says about it. Like, so drop that and get the help that you need. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, no, that's super true. I mean, the fact that they're doing it themselves is already a good starting point. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
already, like if we work together, we're gonna crush it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. What can it's funny how it's only been like 8 days because usually I ask this question where it's like, how did the recovery journey go and everything? But like you hopped inside the program. What were the next steps and kind of how did your first week inside the program go?
Yeah. So. before I was in the program, obviously like my scheduling was all off. Like remember, I was doing a sleep schedule. I was really productive in my days, and like that I remember like that first day waking up, I was just so motivated, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do every single thing on this list, all the negotiables. I just carry that on. You have to have like that ambition, I guess.
You're fired up, bro, from day one. And that's what, how do we get to that point though? Like, what do you think actually, what part of the program do you feel like actually resonated with you the most? Like, that helped you the most? Was it the course? Was it the action plan? Was it the weekly call? Was it the daily support?
I think a lot that was taught in the course, because like my main thing was like I was looking for the answers, like I wanted to know how I was going to solve this problem, because I'm a problem solver, So like the course and like all just like the little things that you can do to help fight off the thoughts, to help, you know, like just like relax the mind and like fight off the anxiety, like all that stuff. And practicing those, when I'm feeling anxious, doing this, like all like the little things, just like practicing those on a day-to-day basis, like that helped me so much because now I know like if I ever get anxious again, I know exactly the steps to take to like relieve myself of it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Um, yeah, that's a good point. I think the course is absolutely amazing.
Oh, for
How
sure.
I see what happened with you, like, I could ask you, like, how did you recover in 8 days?
Hmm.
But, like, you probably don't even understand why or how it happened so quick. The way I see it, you simply needed the right information, right? So the course took care of the information aspect, and then you needed the right plan to actually follow that up.
Exactly.
Once your nervous system was out of whack, completely dysregulated. Once you understood why this is happening to you and what steps to take, your nervous system, I felt like there was a weight relieved off your shoulders. And then you started to get to work. You went all in, you were implementing everything. And within days, I think you told me like day 6, you woke up and you're like, wait, I'm chilling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so within days, your nervous system felt the safety, but
Exactly.
it was a mix of everything. You couldn't just get the information, you couldn't just get the plan. You needed the information, the plan, and actually doing it, you know, consistently, even for 7, 8 days. You'd be surprised. A lot of people can't stick to things for 7 or 8 days. So sticking to that, bro, it all just came together, you know?
Yeah.
But what like mindset or what like I don't know, like, yeah, what was your mindset? How did you approach things that you think contributed to such a fast recovery?
But I, like obviously me being just like a lifelong athlete and someone who's worked very hard and stay consistent at one thing
Yep.
for like a long period of time. It's just like I know that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that I have like the ability, the drive, and the mindset to actually get this done. Now it's just about, doing it when you don't want to do it. That's a big one.
Mm,
Staying disciplined, doing all the things because like it's written out for you. All you have to do is follow the plan. It's like, what I'm saying? Having a plan is like such a great thing. All you have to do is follow it and discipline yourself enough to follow it, and boom, just like that. It's like magic.
that's it. That's literally it. You literally just have to do it, you know? And I talk about this all the time. It's like recovery is not rocket science, and I know it feels that way. I know it feels literally like the most impossible puzzle ever, and people have been stuck for 20 years, but they just the way I like to say is they're clueless, you know, and it's unfortunate, but they're clueless. Like you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to overcome it, and you don't have a plan, and you don't have discipline. So if you can fix those things, you will recover. If you stick to the plan, you will recover. You know, for people watching this who don't, who I guess I don't know how to put it into words, but like, would you say recovery is like super difficult? Would you say it's simple? Like, do I make you go on a freaking marathon or like, what's the difficulty of recovery?
Yeah, so like the difficult thing for me, like I know I was pretty consistent. I know I could say consistent, but it's truly about believing that you
Hmm.
can actually do it. It's all about belief and like your mindset around it. Because if you're not believe if you don't believe that you're 100% recovered, you're not going to recover. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to believe from like day one that like I'm gonna live my life normally, like I never had this. Like I'm gonna live my life just to better myself. Like I'm doing this to improve myself.
Boom,
And then like as a byproduct, you're recovered.
boom,
Yeah.
on the money, on the money. I love it, bro. And what does recovery feel like to you, bro? Like, what does it actually feel like for people who don't really know?
I guess it's just like a lot of people like they say that they want to go back to like what was normal or whatever. But for me, it's more about like there definitely is like a certain like feeling around it. Because again, like a lot of like the symptoms and like the brain fog, yeah, it goes away. But you feel like almost like emotional, but not in the way that you were like before. Like
Right,
it's
right,
not
right,
going
right.
back to like what you were. It's just like a new, almost like a new you, you know?
Right. I see what you mean. Like you get your emotions back, like you
Yeah.
feel things again.
Hmm.
Yeah. And like for people who, this is a very popular question, like does recovery like mean like you feel normal again? Like you don't feel crazy, like you're just normal again. Is that what it feels like?
It's definitely like, yeah, it's definitely like you're normal, but again, since you've experienced so many new things, you're definitely like changed for
Right.
sure, you know?
In what way? For the better? Like,
It's definitely like for the better, you know? Because even like for like simple like before again like I had social anxiety like my whole childhood. Now I don't feel a lot of that.
no, you were
I
telling me,
don't for some reason.
yeah, you were telling me you were
Yeah.
walking up to people yesterday and saying
I
hi.
don't I don't know what was going on, but I was saying hi to people yesterday. No, just a happy kid.
You're feeling good. You're feeling good. That's
Yeah.
amazing, bro. I mean, how does it feel like just, I guess mentally, not like the actual feeling, but how does it feel like knowing that you actually recovered in 8 days and 10 days ago you joined the program or what? No. Well, we got you started, I guess, officially on the 8th, but
Mhm.
like we didn't get you started like till the 11th. But how does it feel like knowing that you did that? No one else did that. You did that.
I guess it's just like dang, like props to me, but at the same time, again, like everyone's case is different. Like just because you don't recover in a week's worth of time, it doesn't mean that like you're not doing or that you're never gonna recover or you're not doing something right. Everyone's different, you know? And I guess like my main goal for some reason, like I definitely wanted to be like a faster like recovery because I just knew that like I truly believed that was gonna be like one of your fastest recoveries for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just competitive, but but I
Yeah,
was like,
you told me that.
I want to be this, no, his fastest recovery ever. And without even knowing, because I didn't know like what the fastest recovery was, I did that because I believed and I put my foot down. I took action to do that. I did it. So,
You took action to do it, bro.
yeah.
That's that's what it takes, you know. I would say the hardest part of recovery is probably taking the first step
Mhm.
because the first step is scary, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah.
It's supposed to be scary. That's the whole point. But once you take that first step and you go all into something, and all in, I mean all in, like all in, you give it every single ounce of what you got, bro, like people would be mind blown of what they're capable of, you know?
Mhm.
Since you recovered the fastest one, like the fastest ever, do you feel like a sense of like, wow, if I can do this, I can really do anything?
It's definitely like you definitely get that feeling 100%, because like it feels like you almost like when you recover, it does feel like you kind of like got like your life back, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like if I can do that and genuinely like save myself, then like what can't I do, you know? If I continue with this momentum that I've been building, like because this is, like a self-help and like self-improvement, like course. So
Mhm.
if I can continue this momentum, like what can I achieve in the future, you know?
And I want you to keep that with you. I want you to hold that very close to you, Talon, because if you can do this, you can literally do anything else, you
Yeah.
know? And that's why I told you yesterday we had our little call. I told you like I want to continue talking with you and make sure that I can at least guide you towards a better life and towards your goals and towards the important things in life, you know? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, man. But man, I gotta say, I'm really proud of you, bro, because um, like I could see the switch in you, bro, from like the first time we talked to the onboarding call to how you approached every day after that. You know,
Yeah,
staying disciplined, staying consistent, bringing good energy, following the plan, and things just clicked. Things just clicked for you, and you deserve that. You truly do deserve that, man.
yeah.
Um,
Appreciate you.
yeah, man. And like, what would you say to someone right now who's kind of like on the fence? Maybe they've seen my content for a while, maybe they're new, but like they're like, I don't know if I should reach out. Like, I don't know if I should join the program. What would you say to someone?
I'd say, like think about like what the best version of yourself would do. Like if he
Hmm.
needed help, you know, and like his life was on the line or whatever, and like his future is at stake, like what is the best version of yourself going to do? Is he gonna take action? Is he gonna, get the recovery? Is he gonna get the help? Or is he gonna still sit in the same cycle of just fear and not ever knowing if he's gonna get better? Like, at the end of the day, like we get like one chance on this earth, and you know, it doesn't hurt you to like to help yourself. Yes, like I said.
That's beautiful, Talon. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And it's such a great concept of like, don't act like the current version of yourself. That's one of my biggest things. And you know that from my course. Like, stop acting like the current version of yourself because that's the version of yourself that's stuck, right? Act like the best version of yourself. And when you align yourself with that person, things start coming together, right? Even if
Yep.
for a decision like this, you're right, you know? Maybe the current version of yourself is scared to reach out. Maybe they're scared to actually commit. Maybe they're scared to invest in themselves. But what would the best version of yourself do, right? The recovered version, the everything you want version. What would that person tell you in the moment, you know?
Exactly.
And how did you use that concept? Because, of course, like, I mean, you're 19 years old and you had to invest in yourself, invest in the program. How did you kind of justify the financial aspect of things?
Yeah, so it's really about just like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like do or die. Like you kind of have to like investing in yourself is just so important, especially like into like, today's society. Like it's very like it's pretty like competitive out here, like in like in America. You know what I'm saying? So investing in yourself, it just never hurts to invest in yourself. And in any way possible.
Yeah, yeah. I
You know?
mean, investing in myself has paid off tenfold. You know, every single person who's recovered in my program will tell you the same thing as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
But
putting yourself first is just so important, because I feel like growing up, there was times where I should have put myself first where I didn't.
mm,
But I've learned like through this experience that, like you're not hurting anyone, you're only gonna better yourself and that's all you can do for yourself.
mm, yeah, man. And what would you say to someone who's maybe reached out, talking with me, like everything's perfect. They feel like the program can 100% help them recover, but the only thing is like they're just scared to actually put that investment towards themselves. What would you say to that person? Like the only thing,
Yeah.
everything else is perfect. The only things are a little bit scared to
Yeah.
actually take that step.
Yeah, like, I definitely get that because like it can be scary, it can be hard to like trust everything, but I feel like, obviously like this is your life that you're talking about,
Right.
and if you're not feeling real, if you're not feeling like the best version of yourself, I feel like you 100% you have to do something about that and investing, that's something that it's like whatever right now, but like in the future this is gonna help you so much. Like I promise you it's only gonna help you. Like this is only going to help you, you know.
Another good point. That's a good point, bro. Really good point. I would even add on to that point, just in general, not even when it comes to working with me or like investing in me. It's like in
Yeah.
general, you have to think to yourself, like, what is the return on investment, right? If you invest in yourself, you get a life full of freedom. And if you want to look at it financially, like, man, the doors that open up for you when your mind is clear and when you're recovered, you can you could be a billionaire. Who knows? Who knows, literally. So,
Like you walk out of like well, walk out, but like you get out of this recovery program better than like what you were before the DPDR, before whatever happened. Like that's what I guess like a big thing that I
huge,
have to say is
huge thing. Huge
yeah,
thing. So many of my clients say the same thing. That's how I felt as well. So I appreciate that point, bro.
update soon.
Update alarm. Now we're finishing up here. I actually have to hop on a client call
Yeah, of course.
like now, but he can wait 2 minutes. My boy can wait 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Let me see if I got anything else for you, man.
of course.
Um, no, bro. I think we went over everything, man. Like overall, I gotta say, man, just really impressive work, Talon. I hope you're
Appreciate
really proud of yourself, man. I want to continue talking with you, making sure that you're on the path for success. But
you.
I mean, is there any words you'd say, like last words, if you had to leave this earth with one piece of advice or some last words to someone who was in your shoes? What would you say to them, man?
I definitely say, like you have to like face your fears. Like life really is about facing your fears. And anxiety, DPDR especially, it's generally like it's all just about facing your fears, because if you don't face them, if you can't accept them, you know, then you're not going to recover, and you're not going to be the best version of yourself because the best versions of just everyone, like they don't like they fear none or they fear God. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just can't live a life full of fear and anxiety. So the only way to, cure yourself of that is to face them. So I guess just face your fears.
Face your fears.
You know what I'm saying?
A big point. That's a big point as well. Even though a lot of people think facing their fears is like, I don't know, like there's something, I don't know if you know, there's something called exposure therapy where like
Yeah.
therapists do that,
Mhm.
where like they literally expose you to
Mhm.
social situations or I don't know, like for me, honestly, one of my biggest fears was like looking at myself in the mirror. Like that used to trigger the hell out of me.
Really?
Yeah, just because I was in such an existential crisis and I just
Mhm.
couldn't recognize myself, like that would trigger beyond like I don't even know what. Mind you, I never had to force myself to look in the mirror. So there's differences, right? It's not like force yourself to look at yourself in the mirror or like go on, I don't know, a social situation. But it is like the little things. Like force yourself to take decisions even when you're uncomfortable. Force
Mhm.
yourself to say that today is the day where you end this cycle and that no matter what, you're gonna figure this out, you know?
Mhm.
It's little things, man. But that's a
Exactly.
great point as well, Talon.
Yeah.
All right, brother, man. I gotta hop
All
on
right.
another call here, but
Yeah.
brother, it's been a pleasure, genuinely. I think a lot of people are gonna watch this video and be very, very enlightened and be very hopeful, you know?
It should be.
Hope. That's my whole purpose here is to incite hope in other people and to bring hope and just show you guys that it's possible. Like Talon is a regular guy. Like there's nothing special about any of us. Like we literally just put in the work. You know,
Mhm.
that's it. There's nothing special about anyone else on this planet. It's just doing the work, and I hope people like really, really understand that they can do the same. Even if it's not in 8 days, mind you, it's a world record. Even if it's in 5 weeks, even if it's an X amount of time, you can do it no matter how long it takes.
Everyone can do it,
Everyone can
It's
do it.
not permanent. Everyone can do it if they're willing to do
Everyone,
it.
everyone can do it. I full-heartedly agree with that. So yeah, Talon, brother, I really, really appreciate you, man, and let's catch up. Let's catch up later this week, okay?
Of course, yeah. I'll let you know.